Posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus, Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Nuts. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't treated like Virgil. Cause when I write raps, it's beyond your price tag. He's a waste of man.
And welcome everybody to Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knox and the Z is Silent podcast wrestling show. And we are joined by one part of the conglomerate called the Unpopular Review. We got Bad Guy Jack in the house from our NXT show. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, folks? What's going on, gentlemen? What you call it? Day one just went off the air. I'm glad to be able to talk about it with you guys, and I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be around the blocks.
Well, listen, a lot of things took place just now before our very eyes. Dice, you see their big kips in the chat. Love the new logo, by the way, my fella. Love the new logo. What's going on out there, wrestling world? And I gotta just say this in the words of Seth Rollins. This is how I feel about this pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm just being honest. Like, I think it was like 9:30. We play. We how we do it on my side of things, crew. We'll play the game while we watch wrestling. Keep us awake, so be keep us entertained. If WWE seems to fail, as a matter of fact, I don't even fit it WWE. We did have it all wrestling. Okay, that's what we do with all wrestling. How we watch it. But that man Dice said at 9:47. I looked at the clock exactly. He said, "Man, what time this shit go off?" You see my face, right? He said, "What time this shit go off?" I said, "I don't know, 10:30."
I mean,
no, go ahead, Jack.
No, I made the same assumption because when we were making the room, I said, "Oh, maybe just go by 10:30." And next thing you know, it kept after 10:30. I said, "Oh, I guess it's not a 10:30 show. My bad, I was wrong."
It didn't seem to be a 10:30 show, right? No. 10:45 hit. The next thing you know, it just kept going. But in the fashion of the WWE, right? What they like to do, they like to continue to not get it right. At least not get it right lately. I want to be honest and fair to the company when I say that. Like, not getting it right lately. Don't you understand black people like myself have a problem with Brock Lesnar beating all our champions? Don't you understand that? Bobby, I'm sorry, Big E.
Can we talk about?
Don't want to get pinned.
Can we talk about that real quick? So when he was added to the match, I said, "Oh man, this is so cool," because I said, "This is probably the setup." We did a prediction show not that long ago, and we said, and I forget who said it, but someone was like, "Oh, they're never gonna have a match. That's never gonna happen." Blah blah blah. But then this happened. I said, "Ooh, this is a slow burn right here, where we might get that." And I'm stoked for about. I don't want to say stoked. I'm throwing words out. I'm sorry. I've been drinking, as you can tell. But I said it and said, "Oh, we can slowly." I see the belt Z. That's amazing. I want to say because I'm on air, so I want to say that's incredible. But I sit here and say, man, we could slowly have this burn where we have Brock against Bobby, and then Brock wins. I said, oh, okay, I guess it's going to be for the title. But I just thought this was going to be a slow burn. I didn't expect Brock to win at all. It blew me away.
From WrestleMania. It can't get no slower. A slow burn would have happened in SummerSlam. That's a slow burn. What they doing with Day Deville and Naomi? That's a slow burn.
That's the slowest of slow burns.
Well,
like whoever rolled that joint up is pearled for sure.
It's still, man, I put that bitch out already and relit it. That's how much that storyline keeps going. But I just want to dive on this for 1 second because it bothers me, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, for what it's worth, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, was unable to be here tonight, okay? He was unable to be here tonight. You know why? Because he told us right back here at this pay-per-view, you should wear your mask. Put your mask on because COVID ain't going to get me. I'm going to change my name from the head of the table, Mike Knox. Get COVID-free Mike Knox. But I ain't going to jinx myself. Okay?
I don't blame you.
Because there's a reason why, first of all, that's one of the baddest scenes ever. I just want to show it again.
It really is.
Okay. But on top of that, he He's not there. So you get Brock Lesnar inserted into this match, which is okay. I'm actually fine with it. It doesn't make or break anything for me. And actually, you know what? At first, I was disappointed. Then I heard like two people tell me Z Asylum was one of them saying, hey, this might be exciting.
I said it on my car ride home. I said this might actually be what we want. But then I was like, nah, they won't do that shit. So I didn't really, but hey, this is what we want. Bobby either wins the Rumble or he all out challenges Brock.
They touched each other for the first time in 15 seconds.
Oh, listen, he meant that motherfucking spear. He meant that spear. He's that spear had about 15 years bent up. He meant that spear, boy. I'm telling you.
When Bobby even came back, that was the match he wanted. But I do got to credit WWE for it because, like, we could have got that off rip, right? We could have easily got that off rip, but they waited and they waited and they waited.
And I'm Jack. I'm interrupting. I'm glad they waited because it's a fear. It's a fear of black wrestling fans, whichever side of the shade of black, because there's 50 shades of black, okay? So we all are different shades of black. You have your opinions, but the majority of the black wrestling fan was afraid of them touching because it would disrespect either Lashley or Big E. We just didn't want it, right? So for what it's worth, I'm glad that Bobby had a chance to go regroup himself in Impact Wrestling, right? Dice talks about it all the time, how him going there, and I missed that run with Bobby. Personally, you know why? I'm an aesthetic kind of guy. I saw the headband and I thought it was stupid.
Listen, he thought the shit was stupid because he tried to bring the shit back in WWE and he realized the shit looked dumb as hell.
It really didn't even last because when he came in, he had that headband look. And it really didn't last. I forgot about the headband look. But when he was in Impact, he was a dominant champ. Like when you mentioned that, he held every title. I remember him even going for the X, which is crazy, him going for the X Division title now, saying out loud. Yeah. But yes. Yeah.
But you're looking at this match. We're excited for this match. You look at it on paper, and it actually starts off pretty damn decent. All right? It started off pretty damn good in all intent purposes, okay? Because what it gave us was different. They're going to beat his ass. Okay, Brock, you gonna come in this match? We're gonna beat your ass. Okay, like you didn't got us all in trouble. You didn't came to the house all late when we all was already in bed, and you gonna sit in here being the beastly ass motherfucker you are. So we gonna beat his ass for getting us in trouble. And what happened? We're thinking, duh, wrestling fans, right? At least I am. I'm that. I watch with my kids, right? So I gotta, suspend the belief a lot, right? So I'm watching it, and I'm thinking. They just took him out, right? Brock still gets paid. Can't be complainative. That's not a word. I just made it up. I know it ain't, right? Complainative. But they whoop his ass. We get the stuff we want. Boom, move on with the match. And then all of a sudden, F5. Then I'm saying, spear! Yes! Yes! Oh, my bad. He kicked out. It was only one.
No, you forgot. You forgot. This is the guy who ended the streak. I mean,
this ain't WrestleMania. This ain't. This is day one. It's like the first time ever we've had this pay-per-view. All right, we don't want
the Genesis.
Still number one, right? First time ever. We never gonna have another. Can't have a day two pay-per-view. That goes out the same. All right, day one, year two. It don't even ring. Right. So boom, we get this match, and then Brock Lesnar kicks out. Big E hits him, kicks out, gets up, F5's Big E, 1, 2, 3. And I asked myself, why was I thinking anything else than Brock Lesnar winning?
You know what it is? I do think that for me, I was sitting there saying he has a storyline with Roman. They just threw him in this match as an extra. Because I really didn't think he was going to win. So when he won, I said a few things. I said, one, oh, Brock's gonna win. And two, the other thing is Xavier Woods, you should watch your back because he's just knocking out all of New Day at this point. It's really ridiculous.
King Lesnar's next. King Lesnar's next.
Yes, no, he's gonna take the crown and just go all the way back to Canada. That's what that's gonna be.
And this what bothers me, Zach. Z said Zach. The Z is silent. I'm gonna get you in here because Zach and Z. And
he was calling you the Black Power Ranger from the 90s.
Listen,
oh shit!
Listen, if you watch Cobra Kai season 4, my man Robbie could be He could be the new Green Power Ranger, yo. That boy's bad fucking ass.
Ooh, I gotta catch up.
Robbie is the truth, yo. Anytime you're fighting in karate and he let your shirt come undone like your robe kind of drawn while you still fight, you know you're the next man in line, right? You either got a shirt on or you got a shirt off. When your shit starts to be open, that's when you think you sex symbols, right? So they get with you that way. But no, so then he wins this thing, but here's the issue with Lesnar winning the title, right? The one issue is there is really no issue. Brock Lesnar's big business. We saw him coming out to the crowd. I said on the pre-show on UPR, you can check that on all the local listings, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we talked about it then. He's big business. We saw the crowd. The crowd went crazy. It's Brock Lesnar. No matter what, he's the main event. No matter where he goes. I'm sorry. He's the main event. Whether it's going to be Saturday or it's going to be Sunday, either one, he's going to be in the last match of them nights. Okay? But he wins this match, and we have to ask ourselves, now he's on Raw, right? He's on Raw. This lets me think that Tribal Chief was going to beat him in the first place. I thought that all along. Okay? He goes, here's what everybody talked about, is who's going after this title? Is it Big E? Is it Bobby Lashley? And where does the Black wrestling contingent fan really care most? So even that, my Caucasian wrestling fan, my Asian wrestling fan, my wrestling fan in general, who you want to see next for Brock Lesnar? I'm going to start with you, D, because I'm looking at it in this way, Dice, as far as it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if it's Big E or Lashley. That's a lie. I'm lying. Just fuck. I want Lashley, but I wouldn't be mad if I got Big E. Go ahead. Yeah, I want Lashley.
You know what? And I thought about this for a really long time. So the way that the commentators talk, right? There was no way he was going to beat Roman. He was going to carry that on until he beat Lesnar's streak. Period. They want to market him as the greatest universal champion. Period. So you got to take that into consideration, right? But you can't have Lesnar continuously lose. All right.
So it's going to be how he was going to lose, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be how he's. So technically, you keep Brock strong, you keep Roman strong, and there's a little speculation that they might be doing the same thing that they just did with the NXT titles and unification. So, if you're going to have those two, who better to fucking unify those championships than the two guys that's been going after one for the past 5 years?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it will happen.
I was going to ask.
But if it did, it would bring much more prestige to the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, because those sometimes, depending on who grabs them, they don't really get that prestigious. They don't have a symbol of importance anymore. Like I keep forgetting that Damian Priest is a champion. I keep forgetting.
Well, I keep forgetting. The U.S. title's never been revered in the WWE fan base, even. You know what I mean? It's not really their title.
It's more the IC
title.
Yeah, it's
is
the
Shinsuke
NWA
still
title.
IC title? Is he still got a title?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They've never made those mid-card titles like important. It's not like what it was
in the last 10 years. Not in the last 10 years.
I would even say 15.
And to Anthony's statement, remember, Brock Lesnar's not a SmackDown wrestler. He was a free agent all along.
Yeah, that's why I thought that they were going to do that all along. But if we don't get Lashley versus Brock, this was for nothing. Now, let's not forget that they still love Drew McIntyre over on SmackDown to make him look strong enough for Roman. So
I see that, but you just automatically give it. Big E I mean, we talked about it the other day. Do you still get this guaranteed rematch clause? Right?
No, you know what? That shit is sometime. That shit is more sometime than a toxic relationship.
Right, because Kofi never got his against Brock.
No, hell, I don't think he. Shit.
I don't think he wanted it.
They gave him the Rock treatment. He never asked for the bitch again.
Right. So I want to see what's next for that, right? And what goes there. But overall, it was a fast match. I can't even say like this is going to be a good match. Yeah. It was a good spot. I can't say that I felt it giving me a match feel because it went so fast. Right. And it was everywhere. And it was apart. And this is why I'm a fan of elimination matches. Right. And this is why I felt that Brock didn't have to win. Right. to still look good because anybody could have got pinned and won.
It was total chaos.
It was total chaos. So I think Big E should have retained, if not Bobby Lashley. But I'm serious. I'm curious to see where they're going. I don't think that we see Seth. The other three to me are just gone. Kevin Owens, I never thought a chance of winning this title. I'm a Kevin O. Mark. I didn't see Seth Rollins right now, although again he's a member of the Shield. Originally, they can do whatever they want with him. He's kind of ingrained into that family. You don't know it's Seth kind of a feeling, but I still didn't think so at all. You know what I mean? Right. So, but with Bobby, you don't know either because lately the last 3 years they've been giving Bobby everything, right? So you didn't know with that. So it was very interesting to go into this night, but I'm gonna let that match stay there. We'll come back to that match momentarily. Sure. But let's go to the other match of the night. That can we say? I won't say it was a letdown. I won't say that.
It was a letdown on behalf of big time Bex.
Elaborate.
This okay. In my opinion, this match was all about Liv, and I don't know why, but now listen. We gotta start putting some respect on some of these underrated women.
Yes.
Like last night on Dynamite, whatever the fucking shit is.
Rampage.
Those 4 girls tore the match of the night. That was probably the match of the week for me personally. But Liv doing her thing. Liv doing her thing. She definitely deserves to be in that budding like next level. She has an actual shot. Like she has a shot, but at this when is there not a horsewoman on top?
That's where you go. Yeah, go ahead, Zach.
And that's the problem.
I was gonna say this match was really designed for Liv because we all know what Beck can do. We know what she can bring to the table. This match was going to be, and I because I hate comparing matches because I feel like the wrestling community sit here and say, no, it's not like that. But to me, it was supposed to be like that Austin Bret Hart moment. Remember when Austin lost and he lost, but he became like a big time star after? And I'm not saying she's going to be a huge star. I don't know that stuff. But it was meant to show she can hang with the big time. Beck, we know what she can do. I feel like if you've watched wrestling long enough, you know what she can bring to the table. But what can Liv do? What kind of match can Becky bring out of her? And Liv, I thought, did some great stuff. I thought there was stuff where I in the chat, I was like, okay, if anyone really thought Liv was going to win, I don't want to say you're a fool, but you're wrong. And, but you're a damn fool. You raising your hand?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I thought when she had her in the submission, and she just got a sense of urgency on her face, and she was trying to rush her offense. I thought that maybe she might actually win. And you know what? In these women matches, right before they start, in the title matches, some of the challengers always have a sense of like too much emotion to where they can't hold it. Liv had a sense of emotion like Bianca did before she won the title at WrestleMania. She couldn't hold it. She could barely celebrate when she was doing her introductions. Like, that's why I be looking at little shit like that before the match, and it leads me to believe that all right, she might actually win this.
But that's such good detail though, because it's like I'm the rookie, I'm the new guy, new gal, because I gotta make sure I'm clear, gal, and I have to make sure like, hey, look, you've been around, no pun intended, around the block. You've been around here around the block. You've been holding it down, but I'm here to say, hey, look, hey, you guys watch Juice, right? Yeah, I watched the movie Juice. I got the juice. That's all I'm trying to say. Liv wanted to say, hey, I got the juice. Becky, old belts. I'm the new girl. Get out of here. But the thing is it's good that they made a contender because I don't know timeline, right? Maybe by the end of the year, she might be a contender, an actual contender. I mean, she was a contender for this belt, but I can believe her being the champion. The story is not her winning the championship. To me, it's always been Bianca is going to win the championship back because of the story that they had, and I feel like it's unfinished, untied story. I feel like there's another word for story, but there's an untied story, and it's Bianca is going to be the person. I really think it's going to be Bianca. But right now it's like, hey, let's create someone who can.
I've had love for Liv from the beginning, and it's nothing against Liv. It's nothing against Liv. It's just, it's me still can sit here and say that I thought Brock would lose on one hand, and then know this on the other hand. You know what I mean? It's the things when I've studied this company long enough, I've watched the moves they've done, I've taken my heart out of the love of this company and looked at what they think is best for this company. And in no way at all that I think Liv was ever going to hold that championship. I don't think she would believe it. I never thought one time, despite Dice even made me third guess myself. I won't even second guess because I don't second guess when I'm pretty sure about that. But well, maybe. Right? Because like you want to see it happen. I gave it thought tonight. Like, well, what would be good for day one?
Right.
Brock winning was one of them. Her beating big time Dex would have been another one. And I thought for shock value, thank you, that would have taken place. And they could do that.
It's a shock value, but it's also a feel-good moment. And it's like right now, one of the things the commentators always kept saying is, as long as Becky has been an active wrestler, she's held the title, and I'm terrible with numbers, so I don't want to sit here and lie and say, but 300-something days she's been champion. I didn't think Liv was going to be the person to do it. I just didn't think.
That as well.
Listen, once again, feel-good moment, but like, you remember when Miz was champion and Jerry King Law was going for the championship? I thought, and it would have been a feel-good moment if he won. I remember, I think his mother passed at the time, and it would have been a feel-good moment. But to disrupt that, his run, and it wasn't a long run like as Becky, of course, but to mess that up just to have a feel, no. I just personally for me, I'm speaking for myself.
And even go with Dennis' comment saying with Nikki Ash, I think there's things that was a shocking moment in a storyline of a superhero. They've done that kind of stuff. Okay, he left the room. All right, but without that, that just messed my aesthetic stuff here. You popping out the room and all there, buddy. Come on back when you get a chance. So, seeing that happen, that definitely threw me off. As far as I didn't think that was possible for Liv. It's just not within the storyline anywhere. I don't see it happening anywhere, and because I don't see it happening where I don't see them pulling the trigger for Liv. It's not about how a person does something. It's will they do it at the time they're going to do something. And her timing is off with this. The girl just came back. It's before Mania. It's all the things that are going to happen. It's why I didn't think it was going to take place. But overall, I got to say, the match was still pretty decent. I
agree.
Right? I had to judge these things not off of my emotional take of what I want to happen, but what I'm watching. Okay. Right. Next, we'll take us to what some have called, and it might have been in this case, but I'm still going to say no. But I thought, could it be match of the night? This is no disrespect towards The Miz in any way. I am a Miz fan. How many people are you? How many guys that you all have the I'm awesome shirt or I'm over shirt? I have Miz shirts.
I have I don't know what year it came out, but it was blue.
I have an autograph shirt.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't think this match would be match of the night. I honestly, when we did the show, I remember thinking like not Uso. I'm sorry. RK Bros against Street Profit. I thought that was going to be a really match of the night. And that's where I go there in a second. But looking at this match, it was asked again before the match. You know, I will say this to everybody who I appreciate everybody who listens to the show. I appreciate everybody who respects my mind as a wrestling opinion enough to inbox me and everything else you guys do. I really do appreciate it. But when I'm watching wrestling and you guys do it, it's like you don't understand. It's not just you. It's dozens of you. Okay. And sometimes it's a little, I'm just trying to watch wrestling. Right. So, but a lot of people were saying to me, match of the night. And I had to say, when have you ever seen Miz in a match of the night? Again, no disrespect towards The Miz. Oh my God.
I look at The Miz like I look at Roddy Piper. He's very knowledgeable in the ring. He can go around the ring. He can tell a story in the ring. But in the words of wrestling matches of the nights, they're grueling battles of technicianship and it's so much goes into technical wrestling to have match of the night capabilities. I don't think The Miz possesses those capabilities in the ring.
I don't, and I agree. I don't think that at all. But Z, what did you think? What do you think?
I can't agree. As much of a Miz fan that I am, I've watched so much Miz in the past, I don't know, 15, 17 years.
Sounds about
right. It's hard to say that it's not possible that he didn't have a match of the night.
I can bet you your what you got in your house that I won't. Anything off your wall versus anything off my wall that you cannot agree to me, or you cannot tell me that time that Miz had a match on that program right? That it was a good match, or even a great.
It was average,
right? But match of the night. No one has ever put Miz in that conversation. And again, it's no disrespect towards the Miz. It's just not in his repertoire.
And when you say that, because I feel like people got to understand this. Miz wrestle a certain style of wrestling that I don't think a lot of people for me. I was saying, he's safe, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's just not one of those things where I sit here and go this. God damn it, Mike, you're great.
And he's not racist Hogan. Right, to be in a match.
You don't drop leg drops?
No, just in a match with The Rock that made it match of the night because he was in there with The Rock and the crowd and the pop and stance that took place for the match. Put it there. That's all I'm saying. It took Cena. It took Cena a while to get to a level of that because he had to change it out a little bit.
You said this before. It's dance partners. It's dance partners. Yeah. No, I agree. I didn't think, and the reason I didn't think this match would be. No disrespect to Miz, right? I want to throw it out there. No disrespect to Miz.
Not at all. It was a really good match.
The people that Edge was working with he was working with Roman. He was the trilogy that he had with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I was spoiled to that. I was spoiled. So when I heard him in Miz, I said, man, I feel like Miz should have been when Edge first returned 2 years ago. Yeah, when he first came back 2 years ago, that should have been his opponent. That should have been his opponent.
But they needed something bigger, and they went with Orton in that situation. Dice is over there scouring the internet, and I guarantee you that no one's going to say that was match of the night. Go right ahead, my friend.
Okay.
Look, he wearing a champion skull head. I live in Florida where it's 85 degrees. Fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, so I'm just going to fuck you, Dave.
Go ahead.
So I'm just going to throw a couple of matches out. Miz versus let's do Miz versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. Extreme Rules 2016.
What pay-per-view was it?
That was a match of the night.
Extreme Rules 2016. I'm not throwing out these as matches of the night, but I'm just saying
fair enough.
They were solid and could be,
Okay.
I mean,
look, it was technically in that sense of the word, I would go. He was carried by who you named in that match? Like all are better in-ring wrestlers than the Miz that you named in that match. You said Kevin Owens. I think you even said Cesaro. Right. Your name. I'm just saying, I know that's your guy, and I know that you want to.
Hold on. I got one.
Hold on, wait, Z, that's your guy? That's your guy, Z?
No, I'm an
advocate. I'm an advocate for the Miz.
He's an advocate
the
for
reason
the
why. The reason why is because
you want to fuck Maurice.
No, I was. You know what? I was a fan of the Miz when he was so annoying on the Real World. I was a fan of that guy, and I said that if he makes it, I will be a fan of this guy. I wasn't a fan of Miz. I wasn't a fan of Miz and Morrison, but when he broke off and went solo,
and when
I
you
was
say
a big fan.
And when you say that, I'm sorry. When you say Miz and Morrison, because I feel like they had a good run the first time. The second run was obviously I don't know. But is there a particular run that you liked out of Miz and Morrison, or are you just
the very first run to me?
It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me.
It didn't. Okay.
Right. Only because it looked like a copy paste of Eminem. I didn't want that. I wanted Eminem. So
you couldn't get that. His face got all fucked up.
Okay. Yeah, he got fucked up.
Go ahead.
So number 4 on this list, The Miz versus Seth Rollins at Backlash 2018.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's for the IC title.
Yep.
Okay.
Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph is your guy, Mike.
Dolph, I'm a Dolphite.
No Mercy 2016.
That was a retirement match.
He hasn't done good matches. I said match of the nights, and I
last one. You're gonna have to. Yeah,
break the bank on this one. Go ahead, talk to me.
Miz versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 34. Weren't you there?
Yeah. Come on, I remember.
You motherfucker. You know what's funny? I don't remember it either. Okay. But just listen, this shit was like 5 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't stick out to me. But if I go back and watch it, it's not like I'm like, oh, this match was trash. Like, you got 2 of the best and you got 1 of the safest. Like,
right. No,
that's my thing. That's my thing with Miz. Again, no disrespect towards this guy at all. He has done way more than I thought he could do. Unlike you, I didn't like him originally on the Real World because I thought he was faking wrestling. But then once I got to see him break off from that, do the tough enough thing, he went through the bottom of the barrel to the top. And so he earned everything he's ever gotten. I told you that before. It was WrestleMania 27. That video package, You Can Hate Me Now, I looked at him differently. And from that moment, I said, I'm a fan of this guy. Because that, to me, to this day, is the greatest video package, not Stone Cold and Rock together. You know what I'm saying? Put together, in my opinion, was that, You Can Hate Me Now thing. But this match in itself, Edge gets the win. We called this also on the pre-show.
Yes.
Hold on, you interrupted me. Go ahead.
Can we please talk about?
No, it was, but I didn't think Beth Phoenix was going to come out tonight. I really thought it was going to be a setup.
I call her AKA flat butt.
Listen,
I call her flat butt. It's like the biggest flat ass you ever seen in your life.
She got
like
the thickest thighs, and then the ass just fell apart. Like she wasn't always like that.
No,
she wasn't always like that. Yo.
Ed's been putting in work. Ed's been putting in work. Well, it didn't even flatten that ass out a little bit. Ed.
Can we just acknowledge the fucking Brood entrance again?
Oh, yeah,
I love it, man.
Have to give that shit an applause.
If they don't have this in WWE 2K22, if they decide to even release it at this point, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Now they gotta have it in 2K22. Like, and it's not, and it's one of those interests that I didn't know I wanted. Because I don't want to say like, oh man, I loved the Brood growing up. I'd be lying to you guys.
Oh shit! We used to create wrestlers in those early 2000 wrestling.
Oh, you mean like games? SmackDown 2?
Listen,
SmackDown 2, where they just had the fucking screen behind you. They didn't see the ring. You saw the screen.
Budget. I kills the budget.
And then No Mercy. Was it No Mercy or WrestleMania 2000?
Was it N64?
You could put the Taz towel over their head, come through the Brood entrance, and still have the DX pyro go off. And I had it. I had it because I listen. Actually, when it comes to WWE, I'm not the greatest good one, but I will spend all the pyro smoke budget on every way to the ring.
Oh, so you would bankrupt.
I use it all.
You would bankrupt too, right?
This motherfucker got the longest entrance. He got money raining from the sky. He got smoke and pyro. He got everything, man. He got everything. I'm like, yo, we sitting there for 3 minutes to watch his intro.
It's probably the same shit every year. It's the same exact money, the same exact pyro on the side, the fire coming out.
And the same music. You have my money.
Where's my money? Right.
You got my money.
You better have my money. You better have my money. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
My gimmick is the $1 Million Thug, Mike Knox. You know what I'm saying? That's my gimmick. So
MDT.
There it is. Now, listen, I will go on to this. I do think match of the night, though, was this.
It was a great. Sorry. Can we sit here and say that was such a great opener? Like really great opener. I think I honestly sit here and say this. I not to say I missed the New Day entrance, but I was listening to the Xavier Woods thing. I was like, what is going on? And that crown is ridiculous. Like, I'm a guy who loves crowns. That crown is straight. What you got?
Somebody say crown.
Oh, I love how he
look at the way it comes up like this. This is how you know he just stretched it with his bobblehead.
First of all,
the hell out of here with that goofy shit.
Son of a bitch. My wife purchased the wrong one, but no, I like the crown. It reminds you of an anime game or like Mario, Nintendo. It's so Xavier Woods. The crown just fits him.
That's such a great way of putting it because he's a video game guy. So like, I get that. Yo, C, what's up? That's my drink partner. But what we got? But
that match was very deceiving for the whole pay-per-view because when you start a match off like that, right? Remember last WrestleMania when Bobby and Drew went out there, they tore the house down. They said they wanted first match of the first night.
I'm sorry, Dice. I need to just please continue for this moron.
Oh, I already saw it. Go. Oh, I thought you were gonna put up a comment, but go ahead.
I am going to put this comment.
Yeah.
Burger King? With all due respect, bro, this thing got all kind of cubic zirconias up in it, all right? You better respect the CZs.
Swarovski's up there?
With the CZs, homie. My wife put in money on that. You better respect them. You better respect Mrs. Knox before she come get your ass a diamond cutter. I tell you that much. All right?
Ooh, yeah, you ain't getting up after a diamond cutter.
I don't like bologna.
Bologna is awful. But go ahead. I think
WrestleMania, Brock and Drew said they wanted the first match of the first night of WrestleMania, and they did not disappoint. They didn't disappoint, and for that reason alone, it made the first night very enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, they wrecked this motherfucking shit. This is how you started off, and then all of a sudden, it kind of like it was high, and then it kind of like gradually went back down, and then it went up a little bit with the Edge and Miz, and then I'm just like, at the point when I asked you when is this shit over with,
it was at that point. It was at that point. I knew that, but I thought this match, and we take this match for granted because we've seen it a million times,
right?
We've seen, and again, I don't care nobody say we're gonna see. Excuse me, we're gonna see it forever, right? Hiccups like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there you go.
Flat ass ginger ale.
They have such great chemistry, and that's why, like, when we were in the chat, I was asking Chris like how the atmosphere is with that because when you watch it on TV, it's a whole nother atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yes, he's there, but it's so different because watching it on TV, I'm like, I can feel. I don't want to say I can feel the crowd.
I can feel it.
But I'm sitting there saying the crowd seemed lively, but what is the atmosphere when you're there? Because it's different when you're there.
Absolutely.
But they have such great chemistry where I don't want to sit here and say this was the best encounter. I don't want to do that. But it was. But I thought it was so good. Yeah, it got better. I appreciate little things. So I know this is one of the moves that they do where it was like the Tequila Sunrise, which is the single leg. And I sit there and go like, and I was sitting there because, you know, I grew up watching WCW and I was like, oh my God, I remember that movie. Movie. Oh my God, I'm lying. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. But I remember that move. I was so excited. And I was like, oh, they did the Tequila Sunrise. And it was a lot of stuff, elements that they put in. And there was a spot. I know I missed this. I know I missed the spot, but there was a spot where they did. One of the Usos did like a corkscrew, like it was something like different out of there. Yeah, it was something totally different from their arsenal because that's something that they don't do.
Well, he's been doing a lot lately. Talking about the alligator roll, like slam.
No, it was literally a corkscrew. It was like I thought he did it off the turnbuckle, but I missed it. But I don't know. I think he did it when he was doing like a springboard. So instead of a cross body, it was corkscrew.
Okay.
So I'm just saying they were trying to add different elements because they know they always do. And that's great because you got to find different ways to make this match. You just said it like, hey, they've had so many matches throughout the years. What can I do to make this different? And they have to find a different way.
I say this much when it comes to these guys and they going back and forth. And what I loved about this match is this is a match I said it was not predictable to me because it's Usos, it's New Day. But if you look at the writing on the wall, I picked the New Day. I picked the Usos because New Day had their number for the last 2 months. Like since my man Anthony just put in there, his favorite match was Xavier versus Roman. That whole lead up, they were beating the shit out of the Usos, right? And then I'm thinking, even if Roman participated tonight, I had the Usos winning this match, but he wasn't on the card. They got to win this match.
Right.
They have to be. This is what keeps the ones. All the other matches wasn't for the titles. This one was for the title. They won like I thought they were going to win. Now, this match here, I didn't know what I was watching.
I thought this was you wasn't a fan?
No, wasn't a fan. Two things I didn't like about this match. Two things I like about this match. I'm going to take a little bit personal here for a second. I know I'm 45 years old. Now, he left the whole screen. That's how bad he knew this match was. He left the building. Okay. So even during this match and all this stuff taking place, I just knew that they're going to stop telling me that Migos is the world's greatest group. Now, I get I'm 45. Shit, I'm 46. I get that.
Me too.
I get that music ain't for me today. Scotty, if you're listening, you're not going to sit and tell me the Migos are a better world-renowned group than Run DMC, than the Wu-Tang Clan.
He said today.
Right, no, I know that. Today. I know that. But then it went further in the conversations and people say, of all time, shut the fuck up. The Migos will never be the best group of all time. Of all time.
I don't even, first and foremost, I don't even know why you let that comment from the commentary get you out of.
But you say even today, though, Dice, because Outkast didn't retire. Wu-Tang Clan didn't retire.
They're not relevant right now outside of that TV show. So if they're not putting out music, you only as great as your last hit. You only as great as your last album.
Why the fuck is RK Bro coming out with the Migos and not the Street Profits?
I told you on the Xbox party. That is because Randy smokes the weed.
No, I get that, and I get that they smoke the weed too. It's called the Who Wants to Smoke. Hear me out in this.
Street Profits don't strike me as guys that smoke the ganja.
Hear me out.
Really?
They don't strike me.
Well,
Yeah,
they most definitely do.
Okay.
As one who sometimes like to partake, they're partakers. Okay. And with that being said, again, it's the scenery, it's the setting, and now you come out with RK Bro, Montez, who's grew on me a lot. Pause. I have not, because I didn't like him when he first came out, and I thought he was just too many antics. I thought it was just too many antics. I'm a D'Angelo fan more than him, but watching this match, I didn't know who was a heel and who was a face. I just want to
interject real quick and say, over the past, I'm gonna say 2-3 months.
Got my right.
If you notice, they are getting this guy Montez. Listen. I'm the straightest heterosexual male. He's an attractive man, and they are making this motherfucker look more and more marketable. The man got rid of the goatee, got a full beard. He got the corn braids popping. Yeah. He got the arm sleeve going. He's looking very marketable. They about to put something into him.
Montez is such a star, though. He's a star. He can talk. He can talk. He can work in the ring. To me, honestly, and listen. The group the tag team he's in, Street Profit, is great, but it's one of those things where when I'm pretty sure we've all had tag teams who said, man, if they split, this guy's going to be the star, and sometimes it don't work. But Montez,
I try not to do that. I do,
and that's great. No, that's great. That's
nobody wants to be the Marty Jannetty.
Nobody.
No one wants to be. It's so bad. I mean, I play video games, and I know you guys play video games, but no one wants to be Luigi. Let's be real. No one ever said, "Hey, let me put the green overalls on." No, everyone wanted to be Mario.
It took Luigi 20 years to get his own game. Hell no.
Luigi's Mansion or some shit.
No, he's not. You're not lying. It's Luigi. No one ever wanted to be Luigi. No one ever wanted to be Tails. No one ever wanted to be those guys. But Montez Ford is literally a start. Like, I mean, and when this match was going on, matter of fact, someone mentioned this early. I like to listen to a lot of different wrestling podcasts and everything, but it was like, hey, Montez had that match with Roman Reigns, and was that a test? And I believe that was totally a test, and I think he passed. I honestly believe he passed. He didn't have to win. No. You don't have to, because wrestling fans are so fucking like, oh, if you didn't win, that's we're the company. You know how that works. But
it doesn't matter.
He passed. He passed. You can win when you pass. I mean, I wish people would watch the match with Stone Cold and Bret Hart. Whatever the year that was. I'm sorry, I don't remember the. The submission match.
Submission match. Okay, because you're talking about my favorite match of theirs is the Iron Man match, or the submission match of WrestleMania 13 Chicago, which to me, which actually made Austin a star. That's what spawned the T-shirt.
It did. It totally did.
That's what spawned. That's also what took the metal barriers away from the outside of the ring, and they went to the black.
Oh, the barricade.
Because he hit his head. He dove, cracked his head. That's how he started bleeding. I mean, he went after Brett moved, fucked the shit up, but. Just looking at this match, I just didn't like. As much as I like these guys, I couldn't tell who was the heel in the match. The way that Montez was acting, I thought they were the heels in the match. And then after the match is over, they shake hands. You know what I mean? And
as much as a psychologist of pro wrestling that you are, because I'm just as big as one. Does it have to be a heel in the face? Sometimes it's just. What happens when you have two faces go off?
No, I don't have a.
The crowd usually doesn't. The crowd usually doesn't turn. They show their respects. They show their respects by chanting, "This is awesome," or they do the, "Hey, let's go this team. Let's go this team." Yeah. So, I mean, I'm okay with not having a heel versus face as far as this goes, because that tournament, the heels were actually Gable and Otis.
No, I agree with you 100%. But the thing is that don't act like a heel in the match, because those are what he was doing was heel. Help me out here, guys.
Tendencies,
heel tendencies. Like
yes,
the very first part of the match, he goes in the corner with Randy, and he backs him up, and he acts like he's going to be cool and not hitting him. Then he smacks him. Then he makes fun of him smacking him. You know what I'm saying? Those are things Dolph Ziggler and most heels do. So I'm like, okay, are they finna turn here? It's people were talking about the Prophet's probably breaking up. What's I just didn't understand. As a person watching wrestling today for the first time in many, many moons, I watch WWE every fucking week. I watch AEW every fucking week. They're two different programs. You can have a wrestling mind for both of the programs if you're intelligent while you listen to the show with the intelligent wrestling fans.
That's why I'm invited.
Okay? That's why you're here. So it's about opening up your palate, not just having fucking burgers and fries when you go out, guys. You know they sell more than just burgers and fries.
Listen, don't even fucking mention no goddamn burgers and fries right now. I'm on a fast.
Okay.
I've been eating rabbit food all fucking day.
You've been eating rabbit food?
I had cabbage. I had greens. I had rice, and black eyed peas, and roast.
Listen, look at it. This is what I got from Wawa. You see this shit? Listen, this is a rice bowl with black beans, roasted veggies, carrots, red onions, lettuce, fresh salsa, salt, pepper, oregano.
See, y'all know this.
No sauce.
6 years I've heard this man complain about this shit. It's a choice fast. Get over it.
It is a choice. It is a choice, but at the same time,
I can enjoy my meal because you want your meal. Look at, she finally said, "Hey Z,
Charmaine,
you finally got her."
Thank you. Listen, new year. This is a new year. We're on a good foot. We're starting off really good. Usually she's against me. All right, I'm cool with that.
Wow, really?
Just watching this match
all the time.
Okay, what I'm saying is that this is the first time I've watched the WWE and realized this whole show today was promoted towards just the overall entertainment of fans, not wrestling. Right. And a lot of times I know that's still what they do. I feel that sometimes more than others, they take a little bit of wrestling with a lot of entertainment. Today, it was a lot of entertainment in their wrestling. And what I mean by saying it is who won, how they won, who they came out with, things like that happen. This was not about your average wrestling fan tonight. This is about the crowd that's there, which I always say, if anybody listens to me, it ain't for us at home. We're the ones watching it the most, but they're trying to cater to the people that's in that crowd. Right? Good, bad, or indifferent. That's what they're trying to cater to. Okay. And tonight, I think they did a good job at that. But for me, watching it at home on television, I can't say I was too happy with this pay-per-view. Right? I'm going to be honest, guys. I would have to give, and what I will give this pay-per-view, day one, without Roman showing up, I'm probably going to give it a 2 out of 5. Shit. This is how bad it was for me tonight, DJ. 2 out of 5 U.S. title runs by woo. You suck, bro, Zack Ryder's. I didn't like this pay-per-view at all. I didn't like the outcome of it. The two matches that were good. Again, I've seen the Usos in the New Day all the time. I just saw them 2 weeks ago on TV. It's not that hard to get away from. I was not happy with this pay-per-view whatsoever. Give me your belt grade there, Z.
You know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm going to take it for what it was, and it's just something. It's just wrestling. It's just whatever. I just took the show for something. I got wrestling on a Saturday night, and it was from WWE, and it wasn't NXT.
And your Royal Rumble.
So I enjoyed it for having background shit while I'm playing the game. Did I expect a whole bunch out of it? No. So it was pretty much what I expected. But it was also a little underwhelming after I got to see that first match. So it was average. I'm going to give it 2.5.
More than me.
Dolph Ziggler World Heavyweight title runs.
Fuck you by saying Dolph.
Wow.
No, he did that on purpose, you little fuck.
Wow. That's funny.
Was Dolph Ziggler's run very...
Was it memorable? But you could have picked somebody else's fucking title run.
When I think of champions, I think of wasn't that great, but he deserved it, kinda. He didn't deserve a great run. He just deserved to hold the belt.
You could have gave it a Miz. You could have gave it a Miz run, but you liked the Miz.
The Miz runs were better than Dolph's. They were better than Dolph's.
Why? Because he passed the baton twice. One being to Bobby Lashley. The other one, minimum. Bad guy, Jack. Your belt grade.
I was not prepared to do grades, but
that's what we do on this program.
Welcome to the barbershop. Kind of talk barbershop. Okay, cool. I totally need a haircut. But I really I was not prepared for what was ever going on back there. But I do think that it wasn't the best show, but I was entertained. I thought there was stuff where I say Miz and Edge match was a lot better than I thought it would be. I honestly said the match of the night for me would be RK Bro against Street Profit, and I thought they delivered. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was fun, and that's what I want to do when I watch wrestling. I want to have fun. The main event when Brock Lesnar was added, I said, man, that could actually be a lot of fun, and I thought it was fun. Did I expect Brock to win? No. What's my rating? I'm not going to give it 5 stars because it wasn't perfect, but I would give it a 3. I would give it a solid 3.
So it made its way to the 3 mark, from a 2 to a 2.5 to a 3.
Yes,
okay.
as you totally cut me off. Yes,
sorry.
No, it's all right, Mike. This is your show, bro. Like I was just I
cut off my mama.
Ooh, okay.
If she's talking too much in my way, I'm just fucking with you. I'm sorry, mama. Don't come smack me from heaven, please.
No.
Don't.
Please, but no, I would give it a 3 because I just I didn't have a bad time, but it wasn't the best show. So I give it that middle. I'm the middle guy.
No, I'm the middle guy. Derek said it's hard to get worked up for a Saturday pay-per-view in the first place.
Yes.
Right. I wasn't excited for this. It's day one. It has no pageantry. We know it's there. We thought it was a catchphrase. Oh, it's the pay-per-view in the first day of the year. They want to be the first one to say that match of the year. Okay, great.
Yes.
Boom. Yes. Now we've realized the Royal Rumble's also on a Saturday. That's one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year next to WrestleMania. It's my second favorite pay-per-view of the year because I love the Royal Rumble. My kids and I, it's a big deal to me for Royal Rumble. The countdown, the surprises. It's a really big deal for Royal Rumble for me. Can I get excited for it on a Saturday? That might be a little tough one.
Yeah, it is so different because, like, as I made my way home today and I came from work, I said, and I was prepping for the show and all this stuff. I said, "Oh yeah, it's Sunday," and I was like, "It's not Sunday." It just throws you off in a lot of ways because, we're all used to Sunday pay-per-view, so it does throw you off completely.
And thank you for that, Vaughn. I was trying to figure out where that gear was from. He said their gear tonight was from Tekken. Was the New Day?
Which one?
The New Day's gear was Tekken inspired. I thought that was King that I saw.
I love King. He's the best tech. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny? I thought for years he was a lion.
He's a oh my god.
He's a freaking leopard, right? But you would think you think King. Right, as a Leo, lions are typically associated with that. I just assumed that, but I was gonna be wrong. And he also gave it a 2.
But hold on, wait. Did you guys know that there was 2 kings?
Yes.
Armor King.
No. 2 kings meaning no. There's Armor King, but the original king from Tekken 1 and 2, he died.
Yeah,
and then Tekken 3,
he took his mask. Yeah,
yes, there you go. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tekken was so shitty, but I'm still good on my Tekken history a little bit. It's been shitty for the past two entities, but
there's 2 Armor Kings.
You don't have to rush home to watch it on Sunday.
Fair enough. I'm not saying anything important.
You at church an awful long time. You got to rush on to watch a Sunday pay-per-view, my brother. That's a lot of church.
He's a great guy.
When I went to church as a kid a lot like that, it was 9 o'clock in the morning for Sunday school. 11 o'clock Sunday service started. Right. Hopefully, if there's a Sunday afternoon service that starts at 3:30, you're right. I am kind of rushing home by 7:30, 8 o'clock. You're right. Thank God I don't go to church for 3 hours for the whole day no more on Sundays. Yeah. CME, baby. That's all you got. CMB members, baby. Church, you know what that is. You know what that is, CME, right? That's Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter. That's the only time I go to church now. Matter of fact, that's a lie. I ain't go to church then either. But I love the Lord.
Oh, my God.
I love the Lord. Okay, but with that being said, your final thoughts, Dice, on the first pay-per-view of the year so far, day one WWE, day one pay-per-view.
You know what? This is like a appetizer for Royal Rumble. I don't really have too much to go off of, honestly. This is just literally the equivalent to me watching random wrestling streams on Twitch. Like that's my past. That's my new hobby, is just to watch random Twitch shit with old wrestling programs, and this was no different. I felt like it was good for what it was. There wasn't really a lot of exciting storylines into it. outside of Roman and Brock. And since we didn't get that, like, I think most people came into it very like, and this is about to be some shit. Mm-hmm. This is about to be some shit. It wasn't some shit, but it was a skid mark. It was a skid mark. It was a skid mark. But as a wrestling fan, I enjoyed it as a wrestling fan. So that's what it was. Like I took away everything else and just enjoyed wrestling. I just like to watch wrestling. So I took it for that, and I still enjoyed it. Little underwhelming, but I still enjoyed it.
Bad guy Jack.
First off, I want to say thank you for having me for a round of Bloxxx. This has been great talking with you guys. I didn't hate the pay-per-view. There was things that was a lot slow. There was a lot.
Didn't hate it.
I just did not hate it. I didn't hate it, but at the same time, there was things I was really looking forward to, like RK Bros and the main event. So I was really looking forward to, hey, what we're gonna get between Brock and Roman. I that's what I thought. And then breaking news, we had look, Roman can't and I sit here and say, heal up tribal chief, and we'll see you when we see you. But I sit here and say, there we go. Look at that picture right there. Those people who thought Finn was gonna beat him, But I won't throw names out.
Shay.
But those people, I didn't say that.
I said it for you. It's okay.
Thank you.
See this picture though? This is gonna be here for a while.
Oh yeah,
minus the white guy.
I'm already ready to Photoshop my head over Roman because we have the same body physique, but no one asked for that. But I didn't think but I didn't hate this match, and someone that just asked in the chat, it was like, hey, if everything didn't happen with Roman, if he was going to be Brock, I do believe he was going to be Brock, but I was excited because when they added him in this fatal five, it was a fatal 4-way, now fatal 5-way, and he was going to be, I said, oh wow, him and Bobby are going to actually be in the ring at the same time. I remember one time they were in the ring at the same time. Ricochet was getting a push, and he beat Bobby Lashley and somebody else. I forgot. It was a triple threat. And Bobby just rolled out the ring like a piece of garbage. And Bobby's not garbage. Like, I don't want to say this was a match I was always looking forward to, but the way that they have built Bobby as years went on, I was like, man, this could be a really fun match. And I was excited to see what the main event was going to be. I didn't think the main event was awful. I didn't think it was bad. I might look back at it at a later date when I get an opportunity because life. I didn't hate the show.
It's on the cock, so you're good to go.
Yeah, it is on the cock. I was gonna say you know how I like it, but I was like, wait, no. I had to go like, wait, no. But I will be watching on Mike over, please.
Okay. Now
he could recover.
He could come back from that one. He could come back from that one.
Yeah, because I mean, it don't sound good when I was like, hey, I'll watch on the cock.
Yeah. I got a clip back there like that, so it's all right. Listen, it's what it was. It was a pay-per-view. We watched it. I mean, if you don't get the cock for free, you're paying for it either way. You watched it. If you got, yeah, if you're watching or watch wrestling, listen, either way, you got the cock. So they need to make the cock a little better than what it is because it's hard to go back and watch.
I don't know why we became Kardashian. I don't know why we became Kim Kardashian, but yeah.
Listen, that's what I call it. But listen, anyway, let me get my soliloquy out to me out of here, y'all. Spin out. Damn it. I thought with what happened in the wrestling world, this tells you right here, right now, and I said it before, and other intelligent wrestling fans have said this as well. Do you think Vince is looking at what AEW is doing? Yeah, he sees it, but he doesn't give two fucking shits. Why? Because I said this about TNA, I'm saying it about AEW. They're a pimple on a donkey's ass to Vince McMahon and his company.
They damn sure looking. Listen, after the shit that happened with Tony Khan last night,
can I say my soliloquy, please? I can't hear you. 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 I give you all the stuff to the chat. If you know how to get in here, you can do that to yourself. But I was talking. You're not gonna take my moment away. You're not gonna take my moment away.
No, every time I take that crusty ass fucking link, it makes me a fucking participant, not a director, not a producer,
not the one I gave the first time to put your stuff in here. How it goes to the Z is silent. So anyway, after the shit that happened over the weekend, I thought that maybe, just maybe, Vince wouldn't do the dumb thing and take something off another black person. Okay, because the way, listen, I don't care. That's why I brought this up earlier about the 50 Shades of Black. I don't think that Tony Khan, dumbass, should have sent that tweet out. Point blank, period. And I don't think Leo Rush's clout chasing ass should have rebutted towards that. Because if I cannot speak about a white person, you damn sure can't speak about what another black woman feels something is like to her. Okay? What you need to learn in this race war that is still going on, if you don't know what to say, if the shooter's not a fit, don't say nothing. Because it makes you look worse. I said this from J1 as well. I've never been the biggest Big Swole fan. I'm not. No, I'm not going to pretend that I have been. But I also don't work there. I didn't know what happened there. And I've been saying this for weeks when it came to AEW on the Twitter side. At Mike Knox. You go watch what's going on. AEW has strictly a huge diversity problem with African Americans on their program. Powerhouse Hobbs, Dice been a fan of his from day one. It took me a while to see it, but I see it. Where's this guy at? Scorpio Sky, where's he at? He won this big old
I agree.
Scorpio and done nothing since then. The black wrestlers there do not get shine. Now, it's at a continuous. They haven't been around long enough to know. And WWE, Lord knows, have been racist for decades.
Oh my God, yes.
People.
Yep.
Only 2020 and 2021 did they wake up and do something for black wrestlers in that company. With that still being aside, I thought, well, damn, Vince, let the brother keep the belt. At least on the pay-per-view, beat him at Raw. Who cares? But no, if there's Brock Lesnar, there's your champion because that's your great white hype. That's your great white hope. That's your blue-eyed Aryan baby boy. And it's okay because we still love his Aryan white ass. Go ahead, Dice.
All right, I just want to go back to this Big Swole shit. Let us not forget she's okay. So everybody that started in the company got a 3 to 5 year contract.
Again,
right?
I don't think you can defend. I don't think you should defend that part of this soliloquy.
Hold on. You didn't even let me get into it. That was just the intro. I didn't even get to the hypothesis and the thesis. God damn.
I know how you think, but go ahead.
We not, yo. First of all, what y'all not gonna do is. So go what ahead, y'all not gonna do? Y'all not gonna sit up here and act like Big Swole was like a fucking Naomi or shit.
No, that's not the point, though, Dice.
No, hold on. I'm not.
Hold on. Let him get the floor.
She wasn't even wrestling for half the time that she was in the AEW. You want to know why? Because she was always fucking injured. How can you show diversification if you're not available? That's all I want to know. How can you show it?
How old is AEW?
Furthermore, AEW is now 3 years old. However, also AEW doesn't have a diversification problem. They have a roster problem in which they have too many fucking people. That's it. 1 week we will see somebody that we seen them in 3 weeks. Sammy Guevara, part of the fucking Inner Circle, one of the hottest things on AEW. We don't even see the fucking Inner Circle anymore. We don't know where Santana Ortiz is. Jake Hager's nowhere to be seen. But you know who is? Chris Jericho. That's it. Ortiz, but we don't see everybody else. We see everybody from the Pinnacle. We see all of them from the Pinnacle all the time, every fucking week.
What is that?
We don't see
That's
my point. Hold on. What does it have to do? My point is,
I want to ask this because I don't watch AEW all the time. So what you're saying is pretty much they have too much talent on their roster,
and they don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Elvis, that's great. Where the fuck is Miro?
It's definitely WCW 2.5, right?
That's not good.
I get that. But here's the thing: I love AEW because they give you all this great stuff. But like Dice is saying, I've been saying it for a while. You don't know if they just got too many wrestlers. So as much as WWE gets ripped for firing all those people, they sort of needed to, in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
You can focus on
oversaturation.
Right, but what I want to ask you, and I'm getting back to, because I want to get off this little check before we move on. Right, I want to get out of here. But I just felt the need, this is what I do, to get it out of my chest. And he has every right to rebuttal it and feel his way as well. He's just a bigger part of this program as I am. 14 years this, starting this year. I just got to say, I don't get how, it doesn't matter. Again, I said it, but I'm not a big Swole fan. But I don't like the fact that this girl came out and spoke against whatever she spoke against and have other blacks go against her. That's my gripe. And I think Lio Rush should have shut his mouth. And I don't think Tony Khan should have responded the way that he responded. His response to me was asinine.
That was poor.
As much as WWE gets ripped, they get ripped for firing people that y'all ever bought a goddamn shirt from, right? But this girl gets fired and says something that this would have been the other way around. Let this have been her saying WWE treated her this way. Everybody would have rode to her fucking rescue and held her up by her ovaries.
You're not lying. I saw a post just not that long ago. It was a mock post from Vince McMahon saying something about someone getting let go, blah 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 blah. But it was pretty much, you're not lying. That's true. You're not lying about that. I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, that's my only thing. I'm gonna repeat what I'm saying. I've never, Dice, you know this. We've talked about this. I remember you actually said, "Yo, you don't like Big Swole?" I said, "No, I don't. I call a spade a spade. I cheer for all black athletes. It's the truth. But I don't mean I like their characters on TV. It took me 2 months ago for us to actually liking Bianca Belair, not respecting Bianca Belair, but actually liking what she does. It took me a while because I didn't get with the gimmick. I didn't like Sasha Banks at first. Her days in NXT when Sasha Banks came out with the Kanye glasses, I didn't think it was real. It grew on me. Then I became a fan of what she was showing me. That's me. I'm just saying, if this girl would have been in the WWE and said these same things, should have been looked at and everybody, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But now she says against the company that everybody wants to love. Now she's lying and it's not true. And she's been hurt more times than not. It's things like that. I just want to put that out there, that it's an unfair bias. And that's why I call Daniel Bryan said, you're all fickle. 100% fickle.
One last thing I wanted to say about this, and the thing that nobody is really, really talking about, right? And they quickly forget. How does one come to an agreement with their employer to not resign, and then 30 days later call them out? But you sat there, you tweeted out that it was an agreement with Tony Khan, and you sung high praises, wished them the best, no bad blood, nothing is going on, and 30 days later you change the fucking tune up. I don't believe that. I don't get that.
Isn't that the whole Me Too movement? Bill Cosby got locked up for something that happened 30 years ago. Doesn't matter when.
Yeah, but the world we live in today,
doesn't matter when you say it, right? And I agree with you. But today, doesn't matter when you felt you were ditching. I watched the challenge with myself and Shay. My wife and I have been watching it over again, trying to figure out this whole thing with a guy named Leroy and Carmella calling him, you big black fish. She called it was really a bad moment. We saw that episode, and I remember them saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say that. That's not tolerated in this house." They let her keep going on, and she won the goddamn final. They didn't even have her on the final, though, because it was racist, but she didn't. It came out after the fact that he was offended. But while he was offended that day, that's all I'm saying, Dice, is that I agree with you. She should have said that shit when she first don't say wish me well luck and all this other good shit. You some bitches was racist. She should have said that, but she didn't. But again, that's not my gripe. There we say there's no limitation to so Bill Cosby. Listen to me, man. If Hugh Hefner would not have died, he'd have been in jail too. It was his house.
Yeah.
It was Hugh Hefner's house. He was passing Bill the drugs. He said, "Here, Bill, go get the pussy." That's what Bill did. But with that being said, guys, we're going to get out of here. Listen, guys, my name is Mike Knox, the head of the table. That is the Z is silent. That's me and Bad Guy Jack. Make sure you check out. Oh, that's right. Thank you. R.I.P. Miss Betty White.
Yes.
All that black talk going on. We got about the whitest of them all. Miss Betty White, that is. Rest in peace, old Betty. Thank you for being a friend and all that other good stuff. Listen, guys, we are out of here. I thank you. Listen, Monday night after Raw review show will be here. Round the Bloxxx with Mike Knox. We'll be back next week. Okay? Next week we'll be back. But then Tuesday, Bad Guy Jack and Captain Shakespeare bring you the NXT show.
Ooh.
What? You heard what I said.
I know.
Y'all did win the show of the year, which Dice and I'm trying to figure out how.
No, we would duel of the year.
Okay, well,
it was really hard. Like no one cares about me.
Yeah, that's what I say too. And I do a show. It's all about.
I know. I'm not stupid.
We're just here. We're just
here.
I
come for my motherfucking awards.
I want my award as well.
I come for my awards.
But next Sunday, get ready, guys, as Anime Are Us debuts.
Ooh.
Anime show with children right here on the UPR show. Around the block, Zia Silent Networks, the BDSR networks. We are taking over everything in social media, podcasts, you name it. We are everywhere, people. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. UPR around the block. Shout out to my man King Vaughn Jr. 720 in the Twitter in the back, holding me down like he has been for 6 fucking years, man. That boy puts in work. I love that brother. Listen, guys, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God. That's crazy, y'all. And no, that Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all the time.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay. But the $1 million man always gets his way. $1 million man.
Yeah. It's like the illest posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus. Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Nuts. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that'll be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't the truth.